Okay, so yeah, first of all, congratulations. That
Thank you.
is actually a remarkable achievement. It was
Yeah.
just, I couldn't believe it. It was way beyond what I thought you could get. But yeah, I was hoping for 80s, but getting a 94, it was amazing. It
Yeah.
was really, really amazing.
Even my parents didn't expect it. They questioned me if they sent the wrong scores or not because they couldn't believe their eyes.
Wow. No,
Yeah.
that's impressive. So we like looking at from where we started. Like I think we started around March, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Just around March 2023, and I was getting low 50s, like 53% on most tests and everything.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
remember you always come back to me when you write a test. Like you're like, those A students, they are doing well, but me, I'm getting around 60s. Then I
Yeah.
asked you, you have to make a decision either to call other students A students, or you better start calling yourself that I'm an A student. Do you still remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you were like, you can get that. You can definitely get there. Like
Yeah.
you have potential.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because for me, what is important, what I've seen, it's all about attitude.
Mm.
So sometimes you'll be at the point of like, I'm not gonna make this. But a change of attitude really changes everything. It changes everything. The attitude that we have towards school, towards anything in life, because our potential as human beings, it's actually it's incomprehensible. You can't comprehend how much potential we have. So it is all about that. So that's why I always say, no, you can be able to do this. Now I always tell a lot of students that it's either you call other students A students or you start calling yourself an A student, then you'll be able to achieve that. So yeah,
Yeah.
what worked well during that? Of course, I always tell you that I didn't contribute much to your success because it is all about your attitude from your side. So what did you do that really worked?
I think the one thing that worked the absolute best, I have two things. One was just following along with my peers and taking their advice to finally do past papers. So
Yeah,
not just studying from the textbook and studying from harder questions. So that
yeah,
was that. But I think the more important one that helped me was actually just preparing for our tutor sessions.
yeah,
So I felt like pressure on me to bring questions to the table, have stuff we can work through. And I did that kind of on a daily basis. So I was working on my maths daily now. So I
yeah,
would get enough questions I had problems with to bring to our sessions.
yeah.
And I think that preparedness that I had to, like, do to get to our lessons and, like, finish all this stuff, it basically made, like, a schedule for me to stick to and
Yeah.
to now do math daily, not just every once in a while. So it
Mm.
became part of my routine, and then I slowly got better and better.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So yeah, now about your studies, and you are going to the United States. What are you going to
I
be studying? Which university are you going to?
So I'm going to the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. I'm very happy with it. It was my top choice school.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, so a lot of I think I applied to 7 or 8 universities there, and I think I got into all of them except for one, but that's because they obviously didn't count my AS results. They
Yeah.
don't use Cambridge exams. So none of the math stuff counted. That 94 meant nothing to them apparently.
Oh wow.
But yeah, but the place I'm going to now is also where my older brother stays, and it's a very good uni. I've had to
Mm.
do placement tests and everything for like maths and English to be able to be placed into certain classes.
Yeah.
So I did that maths placement exam for them, and I ended up getting really good results. So I'm now in a higher placement class.
Wow.
And yeah,
No,
that's
that yeah, that's impressive. So coming back to the tutoring session, so what I have seen with many students is that they expect the tutor to do most of the work. So they just come to the lesson and then they just like, okay, I'm just going to follow what the tutor is going to say. But I
mm,
would say that's not going to work because we do not have a lot of time to cover much content. So I really like what you did. You would prepare problems. So the things that you really were struggling with, those are the things that you always bring uh, to the lessons, and really then we'll be actually focusing on that. So yeah,
Yeah.
that really worked well from my side as well. And what
Yeah.
else can you? Yeah,
I sorry to interrupt. I
no,
think
no,
you're spot on when you say that the kids shouldn't just like sit back and let you just explain away everything. They should be bringing problems that they're actively working to solve because that's what I did and it worked fantastic. I felt like we got so much more out of our lessons by actually being prepared.
yeah, yeah, no, definitely, definitely. So, what can you tell other students out there who are actually at the point? So, in South Africa, we have a problem. Many students, like in CAPS or IEB, you guys were doing AS. So at least there is now also Cambridge system coming to the country, and it's getting more popular and more popular.
Yeah.
So what I've seen a lot of students in grade 10, they start dropping maths out and saying, no, it's hard, it's tough. And also the ones, they go on to do maths lit and they think that's much better. What would you say to other students who are like at the point of giving up in maths? Like, is it hard? Is maths hard?
This is the thing, I was in that exact same scenario. Right before you started tutoring me, my dad went and had a meeting with my school about me dropping maths because
Wow.
telling them, listen, I'm giving you an ultimatum. I'm either dropping this subject because it's not going well for me, or you're getting me a tutor
Mm,
because I'm not going to just take a subject and be mediocre at it.
yeah.
So it was the school that made me end up staying in maths because they said to me and my dad, we are extremely confident that you will be able to raise your marks. You're not doing as badly as you think. You're
Yeah.
not. And I think the school gave me a bit more faith, especially my math teacher. She gave me a bit more faith in myself. And seeing that other classmates also weren't doing, the same as those people who typically got 90s,
Yeah.
I it made me feel a bit more normal. It's
Mm,
like it's okay to struggle with maths, especially at the beginning of a curriculum or at the beginning of grade 12 or any other year.
yeah.
It is hard at the beginning, but it's just all about practice. Once
Yeah.
you start into your routine, doing it daily, doing harder questions to push yourself, it becomes so much easier
Mm,
that like I'm able to help my brother now who's going on to
wow.
matrics and I'm able to help him with math problems quite easily.
You should actually help other students as well.
Maybe, I tutored my neighbor for right before her IGCSE exams. I did like 3 hours with her and
Yeah.
she got A's. No, that was for mocks. Yeah.
Mm,
Did well in her mocks. So yeah, it's easy to get into maths. It's just the push that you need to start.
mm. And attitude, what does attitude have to play in that?
Oh, attitude has a lot to do with maths. You genuinely need to just be dedicated. You
Yeah.
need to adapt the mindset of I can do this. I just have to put in the work, I have to practice. I have to do this by this date and I have to do these many questions and I think I should try and aim for this percentage.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't get upset if you don't meet that target exactly. You must just think, okay, I now have a more realistic view of what I can achieve. I will factor that into
Mm,
my next target.
yeah. And
That's
especially what I was telling you also during our tutoring sessions, that the tests are there to show you your weaknesses as well. So they are not there just to make your life hard and realize that, okay, I can't do this. It's actually, they review your weakness that I'm still weak in this area, then I need to put more effort in that. But I've seen the test as a point where other students, they actually trip over and they'll just say, no, I can't do this. I like what you said, like at the beginning of the curriculum, you don't have to quit because you are exposed to something new. Like you're coming from IGs and getting into AS maths. That's sometimes completely different. You're starting to work with things that are totally different. So you can't just quit at the very beginning. I actually like that. I like that. Anyway, yeah, I think it was really catching up with you. And yeah, 94% like in maths, it was just amazing. I don't think I got that at my A level. But one thing that actually why I have got this passion, and I think always students they can do better, it's because also when I was doing my A level, there's a time I was doing maths, biology, and chemistry. So in chemistry, I was failing a lot. I was good with my maths, I was good with my biology. But chemistry, there is not a single day that I passed chemistry. I was always getting 40s. Then I would get like 80s, 90s in maths. Then biology was good. Then chemistry was 40s until I had a change of attitude. So my attitude changed and I said, I'm going to do this. Like what you said, I'm going to do this. Then I said, I'm going to do it. And from that time, I saw change. I started to understand concepts because the moment you have put a bad attitude towards something, even you won't be able to understand it. So
Mm.
yeah, I like that. And yeah, congratulations and yeah, all the best in your future endeavors. Please help other students as well
Mm.
and teach them maths. And yeah, then the world is going to be a better world. So, any last words from you?
Yeah, thank you. I think that I wouldn't have been able to achieve the score I did, obviously, without you and you getting me to change my attitude and perspective on maths. I think that helped a lot. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how my math skills play out in university courses, but only time will tell for that. But yeah, I'm fairly confident I'll be able to do quite well, especially with
You
this new attitude.
definitely you'll be able to handle it because what is important now, you have seen that you can be able to do it. You have set your standard on high, so you better maintain it. So you
Yeah.
always, it's going to be now about attitude that you always, it will be a reference point that I once did this. So it's not time to tire now. I'll continue doing it. Okay.
Mm,
No, thanks, Emma, for agreeing for this call. And yeah,
problem.
I appreciate and I'm very proud of what you did. Like
Thank
that day,
you.
I was so happy when I saw that message. I was so happy. I was over the moon. Like I was so happy for you.
I
And
was
yeah,
so sending you that message. I was like, "Oh, he's gonna be so proud of me."
yeah, definitely. I was over the moon.
Sure.
Okay. No, thanks very much and keep well. And yeah, let's keep in touch. Okay.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I hope everything goes well with you.
Okay, great. Thanks.
No
Bye.
problem. Bye
Ciao.
bye.